Now, some kicking tutorials. Let's start with the front kick, which is probably one of the most basic kicks one can learn in martial arts. There are five basic kicks, right? There's the front kick, there are the crescent kicks, the round kicks, the side kicks, and the hook kicks. And almost all of the other kicks derive in some way or another from these five different basic kicks. So starting with the front kick. Well, this kick is a really basic kick to do, but there are still some things that need to be taken into consideration in order to make the most out of this technique. So let's start by breaking down the kick into phases. There is phase one of the kick. So phase one, we're here. We have to be in a frontal facing stance. So if you're in a side stance, you're going to have to switch to a front facing stance, like the standard fighting stance, for example. And now in phase one, what we're going to do is we're going to shift our supporting foot about 45 degrees to the side, and now we are going to lift or raise the knee. Now, in this, while we raise the knee, we are not going to just raise the knee perfectly square. We are actually going to move our hips forward. So we adjust the supporting foot, side view, and we lift the knee, and we have to bring our hips forward in order for us to have more power and reach. Now, the amount of height that you're going to lift the knee depends on the height of your target. So, but the idea is to lift the knee just a little bit past the height of the target that you are trying to hit. So this is phase one of the kick. Now, notice that my leg is curled. Okay, it is flexed. It's not extended. If you begin phase one with the leg already extended, you're going to lose power in the kick. It may still be considered a front kick, but it's actually more of a frontal leg raise. Which is a good for exercises for stretching, right? It's a good warm-up exercise, but for a front kick, you're missing out on the extension part of the leg, which is where some of the power of the kick comes from. So there is one mistake. It's to bring the leg already extended. Now, you're only going to extend the leg on phase two, and this is where we come to phase two of the kick, which is the phase where we extend the leg. Now, for phase two of the front kick, the extension phase. This is the part where we have to take into consideration the positioning of the foot and the different areas that we want to strike. So I like to see the target as three different areas. We have the low section, the mid section, and the high section. And for example, in this bag, the low section is horizontal, or if you hit this part of the bag, is kind of angled. And this section, the mid section, is vertical, as well as the high section. And that's going to affect how we place the foot. Now, for the low section, and we can transpose these sections to the body of a person. So this low section would mean the groin area. It's kind of, you have all of these angles here. We have the mid section, which is vertical, and the head can be vertical or kind of angled if you hit the bag like this, where if the bag is swinging, you hit it like this, and you have this. It can be the face of an opponent in this fighting position. So for the low section, we're going to strike with the instep or with the lowest part of our shin. And for this, we're going to have to extend the foot and flex the toes as much as possible. And we're going to do the front kick to that low horizontal section. For the midsection, I figured that the snapping version of the front kick, it just doesn't yeah, it doesn't work really well for me, because the kick is coming from it's coming on an upward direction, and it just grazes the bag. It just doesn't work very well. Okay, so this version doesn't work very well to generate power, but you can still use it. I mean, if you do taekwondo sparring, you don't want to generate a lot of power, so you can use it just to score points. And if you're just like me and you want to work out, you use training to work out and for fitness, you can use it for combinations. It basically prevents the bag from wobbling all over the place, and it works well to keep the bag steady. You don't want to generate, you purposely do not want to generate a lot of power just so that you can combine with punches and with other kicks. So in that sense, it's still a reasonable way to do the front kick. But if you want to generate power, then you use what is called the front push version of the kick, the push kick. For this version of the front kick, you have to, yes, bring the knee up, but you're going to bring it even higher than before, and you're not only going to extend the leg after, but you're also going to extend the thigh, so as to push the bag. So you have to bring the knee as high as possible so that you can derive power from that thigh extension. So you're going to extend the thigh so that you can derive as much power as you can. In regards to the placement of the foot, well, you can strike with the heel, with the entire sole of your foot, or you can. For that, obviously, you're going to have to flex the foot in order to strike with the heel. So you're going to have to flex the foot, but you can still have your foot extended and strike with the ball of the foot. That's obviously the version that is going to give you more reach, even though it won't give you as much power as striking with the heel. So two ways to throw the front kick to the midsection on a vertical target. Now, for the high section, I guess the push version of the front kick doesn't work really well. It's hard to bring the foot high enough to make any kind of to generate any kind of power. So I guess for the high section, it works better if the bag is kind of, when the bag is wobbling. It's best to throw the front kick when the bag is in this position, because now the bag is angled and it's much easier to strike the bag with the ball of the foot for the snapping version. We're not going to do the push version of the kick. So this kind of simulates the body of an opponent when he's fighting, right? Angled high section, vertical midsection, and the low section has horizontal angles. So these are the placements and the positioning of the foot and of the toes for the front kick. Now phase 3. Now in phase 3 is where we are going to retract the leg. It's super important to It's super important to retract the leg after you've extended, because otherwise you miss out on speed of the kick. The speed of your kick depends on how fast you retract the leg. So if you don't retract the leg during the kick, meaning if I throw the kick and then I just drop the leg with my leg extended, I'm actually going to take longer to retract my leg. And not only that, my leg is more time extended. It gives time to be for it to be grabbed by the opponent. So and it just doesn't look good. You miss out on this snapping on because the kick is supposed to snap, right? It's kind of like, it's like a whip. You miss out on the whipping motion of the kick. So you have to retract the leg. It's super important. And now on phase 4 of the kick, then phase 4, if you even want to call it a phase, but it's basically where you set the foot on the ground. You can set it in front of you, or you can set it behind you. If you set it in front of you, you can follow up with subsequent front kicks walking forward. If you set it behind you, you can follow up with more front kicks from the same leg, or you can alternate legs on the spot. Okay, so to review, mistakes of the front kick. Mistake number one. When you is not shifting the supporting foot 45 degrees to the side. It's keeping it perfectly facing forward. The reason why we have to move the supporting foot 45 degrees to the side is because it allows you to bring your leg higher up. So you can bring your leg higher. Your kick will be higher. And not only that, the fact that your knee is now facing the side, it doesn't leave it as much exposed to low kicks, because low kicks come from the side, and by shifting the direction of the knee to the side, you're making much of a solid base if you get a low kick while performing a front kick. So that is a mistake, one of the mistakes. Mistake number 2 is not bringing not doing a motion of the hip while throwing the front kick. The mistake is basically keeping your hips perfectly in the same place. You also lose power of the kick. So this is the mistake. Keeping the hips perfectly in place. No, you have to rotate the hips in order to gain more reach with the kick. Mistake number 3. Extending the leg too early. If you extend the leg too early, you're going to get a frontal leg raise, and you're going to lose also power on the kick. Mistake number 4. Mistake number 4 is not retracting the leg. Is leaving the leg extended after you strike the target. So you do the kick, and then you drop the leg fully extended. That is another mistake. And that's basically all of the essentials of the front kick.